I was told to check out Kaiju number 8 and I was not disappointed because if there's one thing I love in anime, it's a loser getting a chance to be something more. Calling him a loser might be a little too much of a stretch, but I like Kafka Hibino because he's a dude that didn't really have any talent that wanted to join this third division that took out these monsters, these kaijus that attack his town, and he made a promise with his childhood friend Mina Ashiro to stand side by side in the third division fighting these kaijus. Turns out, she was able to keep the promise. He didn't. And now all these years later, she's a big shot. She's the leader of the third division, and my man is 32 years old and working in sanitation. He cleans up the mess left behind after the kaijus are defeated. This is such a dope approach because Rino Ichikawa comes in and he was like Kafka when he was younger. He wants to join that third division, so he's working in sanitation and work his way up. And everyone talks about how Kafka was the same way. At first, it looks like Rino's looking down on Kafka because he gave up, but we see how knowledgeable Kafka has become working at this job cleaning up after these kaijus that have been killed. And we see his true character comes out when there's a kaiju that was sneaking around and he saves Rino's life. My man jumped into action, and then Rino, who was supposed to go and get help, did alert help, but he came back for Kafka. And this event not only bonds these two, but has them go out for that third division together, and he gets in. But he's visited by this kaiju that just jumps into his mouth when he's in a hospital recovering from his wounds, and it turns him into a kaiju, a powerful kaiju. It's funny how he then tries to, control his powers and hide that fact from everybody because he still wants to join that third division, and it's even more dangerous now because of his ability. What I really like about this character is that but they get these suits that can bring out their power, and we see the varying power levels from these different recruits that have joined up and how some are at like 8%, some are able to draw at 10%. There's one girl that can do 18% and it's like, yo, she's a monster. This guy Kafka can only do 0%. But I love the character because we see how he's useful in other ways. Like, okay, I'm not as powerful as everybody else, but knowledge is a thing here that he can get to get everyone information on their enemy. This dude knows his role as support, and he becomes a support MVP in a sense. And when they get put out in the field in real combat situation, he goes back and takes apart a kaiju and sees where their core is, and it helps tremendously. I also love the fact that he's 32 on the team, and everybody keeps calling him an old man. As much as I always talk about characters that can fight and how much I love fights, I love a character that's resourceful as well, that finds a way to help out when they know, okay, I'm hindered here, I can't be a help combat wise, but I can be a help another way. The way I binged that entire first season of Kaiju number 8 and was like shocked when I got to the end, like, wait, there's not more? You know a series is good when you can't wait for the new release on the anime and you're considering going to the manga to catch up. It's been really amazing seeing how powerful Kafka has become and is becoming in his Kaiju form, but I'm really interested in seeing, like, can he become stronger wearing that suit? This is one instance where I'm like not really interested in seeing him as a Kaiju and like how powerful he is. I want to see how he's going to become more of a monster in his human form. Again, I love that he's 32 because usually we see in anime it's always kids that are like 16 going in. It's a nice change of pace seeing an older character go in. It reminds me of back when I was at work one time. There was a UPS dude that would always come in and he always called me a young man, and I told him at the time, I was like, hey, I'm like 31. He was like, you're still a young man. And I was like, thank you. I'm 40 now and that's not the case, but I do love to see it flipped, that an older guy gets to do another shot at his dream. Kaiju number 8 was a great recommendation. Now I'm really excited to see how not only Kafka grows, but how the team grows as well, because these recruits and these rookies, like, man, they putting in that work.